And I met a dude who was on my debate team, and his name was Kenny, and he was like kind of a slick guy, he had drove a Range Rover, and it was like, oh, this is cool. This dude's cool, And I'm like, how do you have a Range Rover? And he came from like a regular middle class house. I'm like, how do you
get that?
Yeah, and he's like, well, I work at a mortgage bank, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, I sell mortgages, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, that's what everybody's doing now, and it's true.
Selling mortgages.
Yeah, this was 2005. Okay, 2004.
He started selling mortgages in 2004.
Yeah. So he was.
How did that work out?
Great.
For a little bit.
For a while, So we started working. So I went. So he brought me after debate team. He's like, "You're a great talker. Let me just bring you to this thing." So I walked into this office, on Sunrise Highway in Long Island. It was all these young guys in suits on phones, telemarketing, and then there were little offices clustered along the side.
Real boiler room stuff.
Yeah, kind of. It looked very boiler room-esque. Yeah. But it's almost like how every office kind of looks, every sales office, if you've ever been in a sales office.
Everyone on phones.
Everyone's on phones. There's a liveliness, there's an energy. So I walked in and, I walked in and they put me on a phone immediately. They're like, just call this guy. Ask him if he wants to refinance the mortgage he has. You'll get him a lower rate. You'll save him money every month. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, tell me you're a financial advisor. I'm thinking in my head, I'm what? Like, I'm stoned. Like, we smoked a blunt in the Range Rover on the way here. I've never done this before. I'm not a financial advisor. But I was able, I called the guy, and there's all these guys were listening to me, and the guy picked up the phone, and he gave me a couple of objections. He's like, yeah, I deal with Chase Manhattan. And then I kind of beat him back by being like, you know how big of a bank Chase is? You know how many millions of employees, thousands of employees they have? I was like, you really want to trust those people? Do you know how many approvals you have to, or do you have how many rooms? And then the guy somewhere started to make sense to the guy. He's like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, I'm a small thing. I'll come out. I'll sit down here. And everyone in the room was like, this is it. This is you.
Because you could convince them.
Yeah, they were like, no, this is what you're meant to do. They're like, you're meant to be on the phone and convincing people, opening deals and closing them, and like you're meant to be that guy. And I'm like, I didn't even know.